Let me ask you a serious question. What if the exhaustion, stiffness, weight gain, brain fog, restless sleep, digestive problems, and constant feeling that something is not right are not separate problems? What if they are different warning signals pointing toward the same underlying pattern? Inflammation. And before you dismiss that word because you have heard it 1,000 times, understand this. Inflammation is not just swelling in your knee, it is not only arthritis, and it is not something that matters only when you are injured. Inflammation is part of your body's natural defense and repair system. When you cut your finger, fight an infection, or injure a muscle, your immune system creates an inflammatory response to protect you and begin the healing process. That is acute inflammation. It has a purpose, it turns on, handles the immediate threat, and is supposed to turn back off. But what happens when the signals telling your body to defend itself never completely stop? What happens when the fire alarm keeps ringing, even though you cannot see smoke? That is where the conversation changes, because long-term, low-grade inflammation may continue quietly without the dramatic redness, heat, or swelling that most people associate with the word inflammation. Research has linked systemic chronic inflammation with multiple chronic health conditions and identifies contributors such as disturbed sleep, psychological stress, physical inactivity, excess visceral fat, dietary patterns, smoking, pollution, and other environmental exposures. And that is why inflammation is one of the 14 hidden root causes of disease that I teach about through the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. Now listen carefully. I am not saying that every headache means inflammation. I am not saying that every extra pound means inflammation. And I am not saying that one symptom proves anything. I am saying that patterns matter. And the problem is that most people have been trained to look at their health one symptom at a time. You are tired, so you reach for more caffeine. Your joints hurt, so you take something for the pain. You cannot sleep, so you find something to knock you out. Your stomach is uncomfortable, so you take something for digestion. Your weight keeps increasing, so you start another diet. Your blood pressure changes, your blood sugar moves in the wrong direction, your cholesterol rises, and each problem is treated as though it developed in a completely separate body. But you do not have 5 different bodies. You have one body, one connected system. And when that system remains under pressure long enough, inflammation may become part of a much larger physiological pattern. The real question is not simply, what can I take for this symptom? The real question is, why does my body continue receiving signals that something is wrong? That is the question most people are not asking. Let us talk about some of the signals coming from the modern environment. First, what you are eating. The problem is not one dessert. It is not one fast food meal. It is the repeated pattern of highly processed food, excess refined carbohydrates, poor nutritional quality, oversized portions, and too little whole food, day after day, year after year. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention identifies poor nutrition, physical inactivity, smoking, and excessive alcohol use among the major preventable risk factors connected with chronic disease. This is not about being perfect. It is about understanding that your body responds to what you repeatedly expose it to. You cannot continually give your body ingredients it was never designed to process in those amounts and then act surprised when the system begins pushing back. Second, your sleep. People wear sleep deprivation like a badge of honor. I only need 4 hours. I will sleep when I am dead. No, you may be accelerating the very decline you think you are too busy to address. Sleep is not wasted time. It is part of your biological recovery process. Research has shown that sleep loss can alter inflammatory mediators, and disturbed or irregular sleep has been identified as one of the contributors associated with chronic inflammation. You cannot keep borrowing from tomorrow's energy without eventually receiving the bill. Third, chronic stress. Your body does not always know the difference between being chased by a physical threat and being chased by deadlines, bills, family problems, constant notifications, business pressure, fear, and emotional exhaustion. The threat may have changed, the biological response is still real. Your heart rate changes, your muscles tighten, your sleep becomes disrupted, your food choices change, your digestion may change. And when stress becomes the environment you live in rather than a temporary situation you move through, it may contribute to or worsen numerous health problems. Research also connects chronic stress with inflammatory processes and changes in inflammatory signaling. Some of you are not resting, you are only pausing between emergencies, and your body knows the difference. Fourth, physical inactivity. Your body was designed to move, not necessarily to spend 2 hours punishing itself in a gym, but to walk, to bend, to lift, to stretch, to circulate blood, to use muscle, to interact physically with the environment. Instead, many people move from the bed to the car, from the car to the desk, from the desk back to the car, and from the car to the couch. Then they wonder why their energy is low, their muscles are weak, their joints are stiff, and their metabolism is changing. Physical inactivity is consistently identified as a major chronic disease risk factor, and research recognizes it as one of the common triggers associated with systemic chronic inflammation. Excess visceral fat. This is not a conversation about shame. It is not about judging someone's body. It is about physiology. Fat tissue, particularly visceral fat stored around internal organs, is not biologically silent. It can participate in metabolic and inflammatory signaling. That means weight gain is not always simply about how someone looks. It may be part of what is happening internally. And this is exactly why telling someone to just eat less and exercise more can be an incomplete conversation. You have to understand what is contributing to the pattern. Sixth, what you breathe, touch, and absorb from the environment. Tobacco smoke, air pollution, industrial chemicals, household exposures, packaging, plastics, pesticides, personal care products, fragrances, cleaning products. Again, this is not about pretending that one exposure automatically causes one disease. It is about cumulative exposure. Your body does not experience your environment one product at a time. It experiences everything together. Scientific reviews of systemic chronic inflammation identify exposure to xenobiotics, including air pollutants, industrial chemicals, hazardous waste products, and tobacco smoke, among the factors that may contribute to inflammatory patterns. The problem is not always one dramatic event. Sometimes it is the accumulation, a little today, a little tomorrow, repeated over decades. Seventh, the cycle itself. Poor sleep can increase cravings and reduce energy. Low energy can reduce movement. Reduced movement can contribute to weight gain. Weight gain may affect sleep and metabolic health. Stress may lead to more processed food, more alcohol, less rest, and less movement. Then all of those patterns begin feeding one another. That is why this is not a cupcake conversation. You cannot continue placing the body under pressure from every direction and believe one pill, one supplement, one detox, one diet, or one 30-day challenge is automatically going to solve everything. Your body is not a collection of disconnected parts. It is a network, and the longer a damaging pattern continues, the more normal it begins to feel. You say, I guess this is what happens when you get older. No, getting older is inevitable. Accelerated decline is not something you should accept without asking better questions. You say, everyone my age is tired. That does not make it healthy. You say, my doctor said my basic numbers were not alarming. That does not mean you should ignore persistent changes in how you feel. It also does not mean that symptoms prove chronic inflammation. Symptoms such as fatigue, pain, sleep disruption, digestive changes, or weight changes can have many possible causes and deserve appropriate medical evaluation. But you must stop confusing common with normal. Common means many people are experiencing it. Normal means your body is functioning as it should. Those are not the same thing. Now, some of you are thinking, how do I know whether inflammation is part of my pattern? That is exactly why guesswork is not enough. No responsible practitioner should diagnose chronic inflammation from a social media video. No single symptom can tell the entire story. Even laboratory markers associated with inflammation are not a complete diagnosis by themselves. They must be interpreted within the larger clinical picture by an appropriately qualified healthcare professional. But you can begin looking at the pattern. How are you sleeping? What are you eating consistently? How often are you moving? What is happening with your weight and waistline? How much stress are you carrying? What are you exposed to at work and at home? Are you smoking? How much alcohol are you consuming? Have your energy, digestion, recovery, pain levels, or metabolic markers been changing? What has been happening over time? That is the conversation. Not one symptom, not one product, not one number, the pattern. This is one of the reasons I created the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. Artificial intelligence does not replace your doctor. It does not replace appropriate laboratory testing, and it does not diagnose disease. Its value is its ability to help organize complexity, examine multiple pieces of information, and assist in identifying patterns that may deserve closer attention. Because when people are dealing with fatigue, weight changes, stress, poor sleep, digestive problems, pain, blood sugar concerns, hormonal changes, and environmental exposures, it becomes difficult to connect all of those dots manually. Most people are guessing. They try one supplement, then another diet, then a new exercise program, then another product. Then they stop because nothing appears to address the complete picture. But if the problem is a pattern, the answer cannot be another random guess. You need clarity. You need to understand what may be contributing to the stress being placed on your body, and then you need a personalized conversation about what the next steps may be. That is the purpose of the AI Longevity Protocol. It is the beginning of the process, not the end, because information without action is like getting an MRI, receiving the image, and then limping out of the building without ever finding out what it means or what should happen next. The test is not the finish line, it is the starting line. So here is my challenge to you. Stop calling constant exhaustion normal. Stop assuming every physical change is simply your age. Stop medicating and operating without asking what may be contributing to the pattern. And stop waiting until your body has to scream before you listen to what it may have been whispering for years. If you are ready to stop guessing and begin looking more closely at the patterns that may be influencing your health, click the link pinned in the comments and begin the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. Your health is a necessity, not a luxury. New information equals a new transformation, and healing begins when you are willing to ask a better question. Not only, what is wrong with me, but what has been happening to me, and what am I finally prepared to do about it? Click the link pinned in the comments. Begin the process, because if not now, when? And if not this, what?
Reserve your seat now.